to go. Higher than him. I'm higher than him. I'm higher than him. Come on. Can anybody in the tribe beat? Here to go. Here to go. Higher than him. I'm higher than him. I'm higher than him. Come on. Can anybody in the tribe beat? Here to go. Can anybody in the tribe beat? Here to go.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well and teach well. And peace, love, and salutations to your fellow Akim, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth, waking up the rest of the elect so Yahweh Shai can return and get us up on out of here. Slakia again, man. Still sick. I feel way better, though. I feel way better though, But now I got a cough, and everything else is gone. Besides, now I have a little cough. So, like me talking for a while, or me talking a lot triggers a cough within me. So I want to say Salakia if I cough a lot, or if I speak different, speak too softly, because I don't want to trigger a cough. So Salakia. But I feel way better, man. I'm still on the diet. I pray to Yahweh Shai to keep me on this diet, man. No seed oils, less meat. And if I do eat meat, it's going to be grass-fed beef, pasture-raised organic chicken, or wild-caught sardines, or salmon, wild-caught, no seed oils, no processed, no processed foods, no, cheap gluten, none of that, none of those preservatives and whatnot, man, just clean fruits and vegetables. And when I do eat meat, it's going to be clean too, but not very much. I'm going to eat meat once or twice a week, definitely not no soda pop, and yeah, man, I feel way better, really. I don't feel as strong, but I feel way better. I'm going to be fasting too, I bought me a portable smoothie. I bought me a portable blender so I could take to work, so I could drink, make me some smoothies, while I'm working. But yeah, I can, trying to improve my health, my diet, so I could do this work, so I could have a clear mind and do the work of the Lord better, man. And it doesn't help though, being sick, because hey, I'm more drowsy, and it's hard to do the work when I'm sick. But back on topic, man. Hey, I wanted to show you this clip, this TikTok of I Show Speed out jumping this Hamite. These I guess these are Kenyans. All right, yeah, these Hamites, which there's a big portion of these Kenyans. All right, there's a big portion of people in the tribes of Ham, the nation of Ham, okay, that are Israelites mingled amongst these Hamites, looking like the Hamites, But the majority of the Africans, East Africans, South, and whatnot, they're Hamites, Cushites, Canaanites, the tribe of Ham, the progenitors of Ham, which are the dark races, man. All right, which they're the actual native Africans, you know. But majority of the Kenyans are Hamites. And I Show Speed went to Africa. He traveled Africa, his African tour, and he outjumped these Kenyans, man. And they're known for jumping, you know, having jumping abilities, you know. And a Jake, I Show Speed, you know, a normal Jake, hey, he outjumped him, man, you know. And I Show Speed, yeah, he's fast and whatnot. He's kind of strong and whatnot, you know. But he's not the fastest. He doesn't jump the highest. He's not the strongest. Jake, there is, man. And hey, he outjumped these Hamites, you know, which are known for jumping. They do this all day, every day. They literally, that's how they pull their women. That's how they get a wife. All right. You know, the women in their tribe pick, you know, the man who could jump highest in their tribe. You know, so they're known for jumping. And I Show Speed just outjumped him, man. And that's solely because, hey, he's a Jake. He's an Israelite. You know, we're blessed. We're a salted people. We're the salt of the earth. You know, we're Israelites. We're the chosen people, man. Not those people in the land of Israel right now. Those aren't the chosen people. Those are cursed people. Even though we're cursed, but we're more, you know, we're still the chosen people. You know, but yeah, man. I'm gonna bring out these precepts, man. You know, we jump the highest. We're the strongest. We make the best food. We're the most beautiful people. You know, we're the smartest. We make the funniest jokes. We have the best charisma. We got the salt. We make the best music. We're the best singers. You know. Deuteronomy 7:6, it says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, Yahweh. The Lord thy God, Yahweh, hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So the Lord chose his people, the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to be a special people that are above all the people on the face of the earth, man. You know, and our abilities show, man. You know, our abilities show that we're chosen. We're blessed by God, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, Jake, I Show Speed. Yeah, he's not jumping every day. You know, he's not practicing jumping every day. You know, but those Hamites, they do that every day. That's their thing. They jump every day, and he outjumped their best one. You know. You know, look at sports. You know, who dominates sports? The black man, you know, and the Latino and the Native American man. They dominate sports. You know, I like to use the example of Jim Thorpe because he was a Gadite. He wasn't Southern Kingdom, but he was a Gadite. You know, Israel, Native American. You know, I forgot what year the Olympics were. I think it was the 20s or the 30s. And Jim Thorpe, you know, he outran everybody, you know, in shoes that didn't fit him. And he was a Native American, man. You know, you can't stop Jake. All right, they're gonna shine above all the people on the earth, you know. Psalms 82:6, it says, "I have said, ye are gods." You hear me? I have said, ye are gods. The Lord says, we are gods. Us Israelites, us blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're gods. We're lowercase gods. We're not the Most High, though. We're not Yahweh, okay? We're not the Most High God, but we're little lowercase gods, man, okay? Above these heathens, above these normal, mortal, heathen people, man, okay? That's why I Show Speed was able, to outjump that Jake. That's why I Show Speed got charisma, and he's more funnier than those Hamites, those Kenyans. He can outjump those Kenyans, okay, those Hamites, It's because we're gods, okay? All right? We're little lowercase gods, man. We have the Spirit of the Lord within us, okay? It says, and all of you are children of the Most High, okay? Verse 7 is the point. It says, but, okay, there's a but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes, okay? And this goes back to Genesis, talking about the fallen angels, the Napoleon, okay? Which people take that word. That's where you get the word Nephilim from, which means fallen ones. Us Israelites have fallen from our grace, okay? We used to be immortal, but we fell from our immortal state, and now we're mortal. We're gods in this mortal third-dimensional flesh. That's why we're able to do unworldly things in this third-dimensional flesh. We do godlike things, but we're still in this flesh. We die like men. We fall like one of the princes. We're cursed. We eat unhealthy and bang. We die early. We get cancer differently, than these heathens. Our people are cursed. Look at our people in the ghettos, in the barrios, man. In the reservations. Our people are cursed. Even though we're gods on the earth, the Lord has cursed his people. He has cursed us because we have became bad children to the Lord. We have transgressed his ways, his laws, and his commandments. Therefore, the Lord cursed us. Okay? He made us fall. But we're still gods. But we're going to receive that immortal body when he returns, like the scriptures say. We don't know how the Lord is going to be when he returns, but we know when he does return, okay, we're going to be like him and how he is, And he's not going to return as a man. He's going to return as an immortal being, okay? Okay? Like the scriptures say, this mortal shall put on immortality, and this corruptible shall put on incorruption. Talking about the new bodies that we're going to receive. The Lord is going to take this corruptible, fleshly, mortal body off of us when he returns. Okay? And he's going to put an immortal body upon us, by way of his laws, statutes, and commandments. He's going to program them within us so we won't be able to sin, even if we wanted to. And because of that, we're going to be immortal, be able to fly, be able to not die, be able to not age, be able to not get stretch marks, wrinkles, not get tired, not experience pain, not get sick, not be able to not breathe underwater. We're going to be able to explore outer space without worrying about dying, Those times are coming, Genesis 25 and 23, but back on topic. It says, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy womb, from thy bowels. Okay, talking about Esau and Jacob, It says, and and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, and our people are stronger. They jump higher. They're faster. They're smarter. They say better jokes. We have more charisma. We're the salt of the earth, man. A dish that has salt compared to a dish that doesn't have salt, it looks the same. It looks similar, But once you But once you eat it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, this is good. This is awesome. When you eat the one with salt. When you eat the one with no salt, you're like, ugh, man, it's all right. It needs some salt though. So yeah, man, that's how our people are, man.